Happy holidays, everybody, and welcome back to basketball. You know, I wasn't going to do a video today. I'm absolutely swamped with other work and everything, but then we had someone by the name of Matrix, who's very involved in our community, post this saying like, hey, maybe AVC could do something like this, to which I said, I've got so many videos I want to do right now, but I have no time. I've got like 40 minutes right now. I think I can make a video quick, so I'm giving y'all a second video today because it's the holidays and I'm feeling generous. Go hop on the Discord, go join, all that stuff. Links is always in the description. We are chatting stuff all the time right now, especially in the trade sections. We're getting closer to trade deadlines. People are posting things. We're talking about them. I think it's a lot of fun. So, hey, go hop on and join. Let's get into the video. Blockbuster NBA trade ideas, deals for Zach LaVine, Jimmy Butler, and more. So this just came out maybe an hour and a half ago or something like that. And people wanted me to do it, obviously. So I'm going to hop in and do it. A little bit curious to see where this goes because I was told I'd be surprised by the last one or something like that, one of them. But Jimmy Butler trades, the Heat have basically been saying like, oh, we're not going to trade Jimmy Butler unless it's like an absolute haul, no-brainer. That makes sense. I mean, that's how the Heat value Jimmy Butler and they value their guys. Makes total sense. I think there's a little bit of like, you better wow us with this thing. And that's how the Heat tend to operate. They're like, look, you should be honored to have our players, which fair enough. It seems like the Zach LaVine stuff is heating up, so I'm curious to see what they say with that. We've had some great Zach LaVine discussions on the Discord, so you guys should hop onto that. But anyway, let's get into it. I only got so much time. Zach LaVine to Denver. Zeke Naji, Michael Porter. Come on. Okay, so this is the one that everybody draws up, right? It's the Zeke Naji, Michael Porter Jr., Zach LaVine. I can tell you guys with some certainty, because your boy's privileged enough to have a little bit of inside knowledge, this discussion has been had. They denied this a little bit ago on Chicago's end. They were like, we don't want Zeke Naji. They're pretty excited about the idea of Michael Porter Jr. joining the team. They're like, okay, if we're going to build around Giddey, Michael Porter Jr. is actually a pretty good guy to put around him. That's the type of guy that Porter Jr. thrives to be around, and Giddey would like to have a guy like that on his team. So cool. That makes some sense. I don't know if Porter Jr. is part of the long-term plans for Chicago, but if you're trading Zach LaVine, well, maybe, right? Maybe. Again, you're trying to help Giddey most likely, as he's been a nice commodity for them. But this trade's just not going to happen. Like, the Zeke Naji contract is rough. It's that $8 million over like 4 seasons, so like $8 million, $8 million, $8 million, $8 million. The discussion is, does Zach LaVine warrant replacing Michael Porter Jr., because Michael Porter Jr. is very, very good for the Denver Nuggets in the sense of like he plays really well off Jokic. His off-ball defense is very, very important, right? And obviously like he can score in his own right. Zach LaVine, all-around offensive player, there's nothing he can't do. We totally understand that, one of the best offensive players in basketball. On the defensive end, actually his off-ball numbers are pretty good this year. His on-ball numbers are pretty bleh, like just not good, and it's been the opposite historically, which tells you that he's actually probably a pretty good defender. It's just the effort's not quite going in right now, which, look, if you were on this Bulls team, maybe you'd feel that way too, but he's had good defensive seasons is the point. So is losing out on some defense, because Michael Porter Jr. just is a better defender than Zach LaVine overall, is losing that worth adding all the offense that Zach LaVine brings? That's the question you have to answer. And I don't have a good answer to that, honestly. I don't know if that's worth it or not, because here's the thing. I'd immediately go, okay, well, what other defenders does Denver have to throw in? They don't have any. What other offensive players can they supplement or try to get to support Michael Porter Jr. or whatever? That doesn't really exist either. So it's like, okay, do you want the little more balanced skill set of MPJ, or do you want Zach LaVine and hope that he'll play a little bit more defense or something? I don't know. But anyway, for this deal to happen, because I think that there is life in this negotiation, they're going to need a third team, and I can tell you they're already talking to third teams about it, and it's basically who's just going to take on Zeke Naji for them, because the Bulls don't want to do it, and I get it, right? You don't want to do that. There'd have to be some draft capital involved too, and I don't think the Bulls, from what I've heard, are going to go after this. So that's my thoughts there. Zach LaVine to Detroit. Oh, we've got 2 Zach LaVine ones. This is the other team that I've said should inquire about LaVine, right? And here's it. Well, let me read the trade first. Simone Fontecchio, okay. Tim Hardaway Jr., Jaden Ivey. Okay, I add another point guard to the Bulls. Why the hell not? The Bulls build only with point guards. That's what they want to do. And then they trade Zach LaVine and Torrey Craig. Torrey Craig is an awesome throw-in piece that like teams are going to be able to get in a Zach LaVine deal, because he's on that minimum contract. He is a nice like 3-and-D player at the end of the day. So nice piece to add. And the Bulls would basically be getting some pieces that they're probably going to let walk in free agency. And then Jaden Ivey, right? Young point guards. Not like they have enough of those already. So That probably doesn't make the most sense, but why would the Pistons do this? It would basically be to invest in Cade, right? Cade Cunningham is having an all-star season. He's looking so dominant right now. He's looking really good on all ends of the court. I really like Cade Cunningham. Big fan of him. I predicted that he'd be MIP this year, and it's looking solid right now, in my opinion. So kudos to me, I guess. Who knows? Like, I don't really deserve any sort of credit. Who knows with this shit at the end of the day, but good guess so far. For how bad the Pistons still are, right? They're still not a good team. They've been a lot more competitive, and they're currently like the 10 seed right now. It'd be nice to reward the Pistons and primarily Cade Cunningham for how much of an improvement they've made. To be like, look, we're investing in you. We're going the right direction. Look, here's a bone. Do I think it should be like a Zach LaVine level bone? Like, probably not. A Zach LaVine level bone is a crazy thing to call that, but it's almost the holidays. Leave me alone. So do I think that makes the most sense in the world? No, I'm not going to say Detroit should probably do that, but I think they should go get something, right? And look, Detroit's going to be involved in some sort of 3-team trade, most likely, right? Because they can absorb all the salary in the world, and teams need that to make deals work. If they could somehow snag somebody that just makes them a little bit better as a part of that, I think that'd be good. Just be a little bit of buyers this year. Just, keep people happy. Be like, oh, look, we've got this guy now. Oh, nice. That's going to help Cade Cunningham's life so much. Cool. I love it. Coby White to San Antonio. I'm not opposed to this thought right now. Okay, so what are the Bulls getting? Keldon Johnson? I'm cool with that. And I'm a Bulls fan, for those of you that don't know. Keldon Johnson coming to the team. Cool. Blake Wesley. I don't really mess with Blake Wesley. He's never in the right position. 2025 first-round pick, Chicago zone. Yeah, you just get the rights back, right? Charlotte's 2025 first-round pick lottery selection, so it's not going to become anything. It'll become some second-round picks, whatever. 2025 second-round pick, Chicago zone again. Atlanta's 2027 first-round pick and Cleveland's second-round pick. So a lot of nonsense to basically go get Coby White. Coby White has proven that he's actually pretty good offensively, and like defensively, he's more than capable. I wouldn't call him elite by any means, but he's capable. What is Coby White at this point? He's a combo guard that goes and gets buckets, right? That's basically what combo guards typically are, is they're professional bucket getters, right? He can do that. He scores from all levels. He's big. He's strong. He can get to the hoop. He can shoot the shit out of the basketball. Awesome, right? Defensively, like I said, fine. No question about that. I think he's fine there. Playmaking-wise and vision-wise, he's always going to have some problems. He's going to have some turnovers and stuff like that, but he's looking more and more mature, and the game's slowing down for him more and more. Very nice player. Is it worth trading all of that for Coby White and then Javon Carter as well, who's being just criminally underused because the Bulls have too many point guards on their team? I don't know. What do you do with him? Are you putting him at the 2 long-term? Is he your long-term point guard potentially? Because Chris Paul's not going to be there for forever, right? Like, I don't see why not. Like, Wemby's going to have the ball a lot as this team progresses. Vassell's going to have the ball, and Coby can play without the ball. It might not be the worst idea to have a combo guard, point guard, kind of like what the Raptors do with Emmanuel Quickley. So I don't hate this idea, actually. That's kind of interesting. I don't think the Spurs are going to be buyers at this deadline. I wouldn't think so. I think they're just going to be like, no, we'll just stick with this team. We'll go draft somebody again this year. We're building up this core slowly but surely and just keep on doing things the right way, because that's how the Spurs work. But that's an interesting one. I wouldn't be shocked by this. Jimmy Butler to the Lakers. Okay, this I'm curious about. So we got a 3-teamer. Okay, so the Lakers get Jimmy G buckets. The G stands for gets. Cool. Miami Heat. What are they getting for Jimmy? They get Rui and D'Angelo and Gabe Vincent. Okay, they'd love to have Gabe Vincent back, I'm sure. A second-round pick, top 55 protected. Okay, so nothing. Lakers 2029 first round pick, top 4 protected. Okay, fair enough. I think that's reasonable. 2031 first round pick, top 5 protected. So 2 first round picks, and then basically some salary throw in. Who, like, mind you, like, D'Angelo Russell's actually playing really good as of late, and then Rui Hachimura is a good basketball player having a good year. Not long-term pieces, but salary fillers. And then Gabe Vincent, who, yeah, he's not playing well, but he's got salary as well, so a little bit of that, and he'd probably love to go back to the Heat at this point. Pistons get Jalen Hood-Schifino and a Clippers 2025 second-round pick. Why? Just because they have to send a little bit more salary out? Okay, fair enough, I guess. If I'm the Pistons, I probably don't want Jalen Hood-Schifino, in all honesty. I'm sorry, Jalen Hood-Schifino's rough. He is rough to watch play, but Lakers get Jimmy Butler. If that's all they're giving up for Jimmy, they're giving up basically all their draft assets at this point. I think, is that worth it, or would you rather go get more supplementary pieces, is my question. Because the Lakers are back up to like the 5 now. It's going to bounce around so much for the standings, but would you rather stick it out with like a D'Lo, or like trade D'Lo and get some supplementary pieces. Same with Rui. Maybe go get you a center or something. Would you rather go get like Vucevic and then like 2 bench players or something? Or would you rather have Jimmy Butler? I don't know, because like then once you trade these guys, what are you doing after that? Because then what, you have a Jared Vanderbilt contract you can't move because you don't have any picks or anything left to help move that. Like you have to trade like a Max Christie. How much are people going to want Max Christie? It feels like a lot. It feels like a lot. I feel like this team has a better chance. I know they want to go get the stars at all times. That's what the Lakers do. That's the only way they're going to feel competent about moving forward. I feel like with good coaching and just having smart basketball players, this team can succeed, in all honesty. And look, I know this might sound crazy, but if you told me that like the Lakers are just going to try to figure it out with D'Lo and Rui, and maybe just try to use the draft capital to move Gabe Vincent, like Jared Vanderbilt, stuff like that, get some more bench players, I'm not opposed to that, in all honesty. I don't think that's the worst call at all. So I don't know how much I support this one. I don't know. I'm not jumping over the moon for this one. Last one, Anthony Davis to Golden State. So this is the one that's supposed to be a shocker to me. Okay, let me digest this one. Golden State, Anthony Davis. The Lakers received Jonathan Kuminga, of course, Kevon Looney, up for salary purposes, Andrew Wiggins and LeBron on one team. That'd be a nice full circle moment. 2025 first round pick, 2026 swap, 2027 first round pick, then a pick swap, and then a first round protected, numbers 21 to 30. Okay, the Lakers almost certainly will not trade LeBron or AD unless one asks out. Well, if the team doesn't do anything substantial to improve its chance immediately, Davis should absolutely ask out. Why? Like, why is going to the Warriors going to be like that much better after like this? I don't know. That's kind of crazy. Sticking around might make sense with LeBron. He's about to turn 40. He's won 4 titles. Bronny's on the team. Yada yada yada. Landing AD makes the Warriors a contender. Sure, of course it does. I've always wanted to see a good center on this team. I just think there's better ways to do things. Now, when we were talking before about like, oh, should we trade Nikola Vucevic to the Warriors in order to do that, or not Vucevic? I don't know. Insert some other like big time player like Jimmy Butler. Right now, you have to include Wiggins and Kuminga. I don't think it's a big enough improvement to warrant losing Wiggins, who's had a good year. Anthony Davis is on another level, so that's probably worth it. That's a lot of picks and everything. That's showing Curry that you're invested. See what, you'd have AD, you'd have Draymond, you've got no wing help whatsoever, which is a little bit scary, right? Man, I don't know. You'd have to make another move or something like that. You still have Schroeder and Curry, right? Who that's a nice backcourt, but I'd have a lot of questions about the rest of this team. You have to have some sort of bench and everything at the end of the day, and yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot, and I don't think this is going to necessarily happen anyways, but it's an interesting hypothetical nonetheless. So I don't know. I think that's kind of cool. But anyway, that's just a quick article I wanted to throw out to you guys, just a little holiday present, because why not? I had some time. This took me 14 minutes to record, so figured I'd throw a little something at you guys. It'll take me 15 minutes to edit it, but seriously, hope you guys have a wonderful holiday season. Shout out to all you guys in the Discord. I appreciate everything that you guys do all the time, and yeah, we'll talk to you guys later. Thanks so much. Bye.